Today, we're going to cover a topic I've covered in other videos, but I feel like it's always a good thing to remind you all on how to research crypto. Okay? How to come to intelligent conclusions and use data to back it up. And there's amazing tools out here that I'm going to show you that I personally use running my hedge fund, digital asset hedge fund, right? A crypto hedge fund. We're discretionarily long. We're called Bleeding Edge Capital, and we're based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I use these tools to look for correlation, causation, and try to understand adoptability of networks and protocols and put my investors' capital in things far before they get adopted to get a big portion of the upside. And I leverage my 10 years of software development experience to do it. So what I want to do is just show you all how to not get scammed. Like if you hear something on Twitter, you do the research and you're like, I don't know, there's things you can do, places you can go to see if it's a legitimate project or something you would want to invest money in, right? So let's get over here. There's a lot of different tools. We have CoinMarketCap for one. We also are going to pop up. Actually, we'll just start with CoinMarketCap. So if, I don't know, we'll do Tau. Okay. You come to Tau and you're like, all right, I see everyone talking about how it's like the future of AI. All right, you look at the price, you're like, wow, it's down big. So, personally, someone that buys long term, if you believe in the project, right, like this is a perfect time to buy. I mean, it's down 65% in, 63.71% in the year. So you're at the bottom of it and you want to figure out if it's a good project. The very first thing you can do is go to their GitHub directly from CoinMarketCap. You can also get their white paper, depending on your level of technical expertise, right? Get the website. I like to, Get the white paper. And then from here, you can pay attention to these numbers here. When you see a market cap that is lower than the FDV, that means that the tokens are locked up. The max supply means it's a fixed tokenomic model, which is great. We like those. And then the supply that's circulating, the problem with this token would be that, only about 40% is out there, meaning the team owns a lot of tokens and they could potentially dump. Maybe that's why the price has fallen off so much. I don't know, right? Then when you're in GitHub, if you go to the insights and go to contributors, you're going to get an idea of how active the code base is. This project is, 2 billion. It's been around for not very long. The token, at least, has been around since April of 23. I'm sure the team's older. Oh. And that's another thing. If you can access their Twitter as well, this is where you could potentially find the team. Or you can go to LinkedIn. It's usually where I would like to go. This is a good thing that the data is taken this long. That means there's a lot of contributors. Okay. So on here, I can go to the company, right? And try to find. Hey everybody, it's JT. Just in case you didn't know, I would love a sub. Almost 97% of you that have viewed our content have not subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you just hit that sub button, give us a like, and let us know how we're doing. All right, back to the content. So they don't really have much of a presence on LinkedIn. but we can go see if they have any jobs open. 2 to 10 employees. Oh, it looks like. So they don't have anything on there. Okay. And then another place I like to go is DeFi Llama. Okay, here we go. Look at this. So this is the kind of data that can tell you that it's a pretty active code base. A commit in a month. So just so you guys know what a commit is like someone suggesting edits to a Word document. Okay, you can think of it that way, but it's a code base instead. And they're doing hundreds of commits a month. That's a lot. That's a great bit, especially since, this is a decentralized network, right? These are contributors. And look at this. They've been building it since 2020. The token dropped in 23. So the team is at least 4.5 years old, and they've been growing in developer contributions. We're at 119 developer contributions, and price peaked when it was down to the 20s. That is some inverse correlation. I'm not saying these are trending up. We'd want to see another month of this if it's trending down, if people are losing interest and they were just here to build because they thought they could get rich. That's basically what you can determine from there. And then in DeFi Llama, ideally, they may not have Tau. I'll show you a non-stable search. Yeah, they may not, damn. This is kind of cool though. If you go to fees and revenue, simple. Here we go. It's out. No, they don't have it. Virtuals is one that people are talking about a lot right now. Yeah, they don't have it. Well, either way, you could take a look at some of this stuff. The volume on different things. You can also get a great view for fees and revenue on Ethereum. Here we go. Look at that. Aave, 300 million. Uniswap, 600 million. That's pretty cool, right? You can get a lot of data, my point is, from some of these tools, okay, that can tell you about the project. Sometimes they're not on them, and that's just how that works. Then the white paper is a document that their technical leadership would produce to explain how it works. I picked the advanced stuff because I have a background in software. I am not a mathematician, so some of this crazy data doesn't help me, but understanding the logic behind how they reach consensus is important to me because there are bad decisions teams can make that make them vulnerable, and I will read through here to try to find vulnerabilities in their architecture, which might be a little advanced, but either way, DeFi Llama can give you a lot of great data about. Yeah, I mean, you can just see where Rapid BTC is staked for 3 billion of loans. Essentially, this is interesting. People, either way, I'm going to get wrapped away. So, essentially, you find a token, you hear about it, go to CoinMarketCap, type it in, find it. If it's not on CoinMarketCap, it could be on dextools.io. They will cover really, 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 really low market cap tokens as well. And then from there, see all the links out of those two interfaces or those two websites. Explore the links to the GitHub, see if people are actually building on it. Try to find the token on DeFi Llama to see if the network's making any money. If it's not on DeFi Llama, that means their revenue and their fee switch and how the token is making money just is not public information yet. So that's a risk, right? And then you try to find the team on LinkedIn, and if they're not discernible, that's a risk. I'm not saying Tal's a bad investment, but those two things definitely are considered in the analysis of, do I want to own this long term? I mean, I don't even know who the founder is. I can't even find the people's faces attached to it, right? And I didn't dig very deep, but you get the idea. Spend time trying to understand what these things are. 5, 10 hours on a token will make you an expert very quickly. It's kind of crazy, but focus time, right? And just sit down and chip away at it and do your best to understand the investment from a first principles perspective. What actually am I buying? Understand it. And that's why you subscribed. That's why you tuned in here. We cover nothing but just facts, education, knowledge on what this technology is and how amazing it can be for your life. Okay. Until next time, take care of one another.